Hi everyone, this is my new YouTube channel Roots of Biology. I am basically a teacher. I started this channel to teach biology for high school. I mean to say for class 8th, 9th as well as 10th standard students. I am teaching you both CBSE and ICSE syllabus. I welcome you all for my station to learn about biology topics of your syllabus. Please do watch, understand and learn and like, share and don't forget to subscribe my channel. It might be useful for you as well as your friends. Okay, so this is my channel. I'm going to start with the class 10th biology CBSE syllabus. Okay, let us move on to the next slide now. Hi, now I am teaching class 10th CBSE chapter 6. Come, let us know about the topic. Okay, we are all living organism. Am I right? So we undergo different functions. We perform different functions in our body. We have different parts in our body, right? So do you ever think what are these parts? Does it perform any functions in our body? I think you already learned in your basics. We undergo different life processes. If you think in your mind what are the different life processes which will taken place in your body, I can say example like nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion, right? And we also, our body have a nervous system. It is helpful to control and coordinate, and we are used to grow and we used to move from one place to another. So there is another important process, reproduction. So these are all the different processes which has taken place in our body. So that particular process is called life processes. Got it? The topic which I am going to explain, or the lesson which I am going to teach you, that is about life processes. Come, let us move on to the next slide. Now let us try to understand about nutrition. So I think you all know what is nutrition is. Nutrition in the sense we are taking food. Am I right? We love to take food. We use different variety of food. We used to eat different variety of food, and it will be helpful for our, we all know that if we consume food then only we used to grow, right? So if we consume food and organism and utilize by the body, our body utilize whatever the food we will take and build the body and is helpful for growth and repair the damaged part of the body, and definitely because of this nutrition only we obtain energy, right? So that is what we called as nutrition. Nutrition is the process of taking food by the organism and utilized by the body to build the body for growth. It is helpful for growth and helpful for repair and helpful to repair the damaged part of the body, and definitely it will give a energy to us. We need to know what are the different types of nutrition there. There are two different types of nutrition. One is autotrophic nutrition, heterotropic nutrition. Auto, the meaning, the name itself indicate prepare its own food. That is what we called as autotrophic nutrition. I'm going to explain you in detail about this later part. That is autotrophic nutrition mainly taken place in plants. Let us move on to the another one, that is heterotropic nutrition. So what is this heterotropic nutrition then? So these nutrition usually taken place in where does it taken place? Usually it take place in animals. Got it? These heterotropic nutrition usually take place in animals. So let us discuss about this in detail now. So there are different types of heterotropic nutrition. So let us discuss about this. One is saprophytic nutrition, parasitic nutrition, and we have a holozoic nutrition. And it is very important to understand this. Am I right? Many things come to your mind. What is this saprophytic? What is this parasitic? And what is this holozoic? So if you want to know this, let us move on to the next slide. Now let us discuss about types of heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Heterotrophs, I told you already, these are the organisms that depend upon other organisms to obtain the food. So what about the saprophytes then? So these saprophytes, have you seen this picture ever? Yeah, you all love to eat mushroom, right? So do you know how it will grow? So these are the organisms which obtain nutrition from the dead and decaying organic matter. They grow on dead and decaying organic matter. So these are known as saprophytes. Even some fungi as well as some bacteria are example for this saprophytic nutrition. Now let us discuss about another type, that is parasitic nutrition, What do you mean by parasitic? So these are the organisms. They usually feed on simple nutrients from the body of another organism called host. So what do you mean by that? So the organism that depend upon other organism externally or internally. So that particular organism are called host. Do you know what it will do? It will obtain help from that, it obtain nutrition from that, but and it cause harm to it. So these are called parasites. So many examples we can give like lice, bedbugs, right? Have you heard about this? And then these are the certain examples for parasitic nutrition. Now let us move on to another type, that is holozoic nutrition. So now let us try to understand about holozoic nutrition. What is holozoic then? So holozoic is a type of nutrition in which what happened, the complex food is consumed. Here what happened, the complex food is consumed by the body and processed internally. I can take example here, that is amoeba. You can see here it take the food here through by using pseudopodia, and later it will digest and it absorb the food and assimilate, and it will eliminate the waste. Okay, so these are absorbed by the body after digestion, so where the undigested food substances are expelled from the body. So this is a type of this is what we call as holozoic nutrition. So there are different types of holozoic nutrition, like in herbivorous. What are herbivorous? They are directly depend on plants for their nutrition, like cow, deer. This is the example. And carnivorous also come under this. So that feed on other animals are called carnivorous. Even I can say lion, tiger, and shark. And what about omnivorous? These are the animals that feed on both plants and animals are called omnivorous. Like definitely we humans come under this, even rats also. I hope you got it. What are saprophytic, parasitic, as well as holozoic nutrition? Now let us move on to the next slide. It's very important to understand about nutrition in plants. I already told you what about the nutrition in plant. Here it is what we called as autotrophic. I mean to say it prepare their own food. It will not depend upon other species to obtain the food. So that is what we called as autotrophic nutrition. So there is a very important process which has taken place in a plant. What we call for that, that is what we called as photosynthesis. Have you ever heard this name, photosynthesis? So what is this then? So these are the plant prepare food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It's a very simple and very easy to understand. It's a process. What it will do, the plant prepare food by using carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Got it? This is what we call as photosynthesis. The food prepared is carbohydrate which is stored. Whatever the food, the end product is called as glucose, or we can say starch. So oxygen is released in this process along with that. So we need to represent it by using equation, right? So this is the very important equation for photosynthesis. What happened here? The carbon dioxide, when it is react with the water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, it will produce starch, or we can say glucose, water, as well as oxygen. This is what we call as photosynthesis. Now let us move on to the next slide. We understand about photosynthesis. Now it is time to understand about food process of photosynthesis. Have a look at this picture. What will come to your mind? Please try to think. I think you already studied this. So here the plants are able to produce their food through a process called photosynthesis. So do you know where exactly photosynthesis which has taken place in a plant? There is a particular part in a part that is called as chloroplast. Got it? Chloroplast is the site of photosynthesis. They may ask you in exam. Please try to understand properly. So whatever the food produced primarily is carried out in the leaves. Am I right? The food production is taken place in a leaf. We all know that. So water and minerals from the soil absorbed by the root. The root is helpful to absorb water as well as minerals and transport the leaves through vessels. Carbon dioxide reach the leaves. Carbon dioxide, you can see these carbon dioxide reach the leaves through stomata. So which are, what are stomata? These are small pores on leaves which are surrounded by God cells, right? So the chlorophyll, I already you know that chlorophyll is a green pigment which is present in the leaves, which help the leaves to capture energy from the sunlight. What is the function of chlorophyll? It is helpful to capture the energy from the sunlight, prepare the food. This production of food which take place in the presence of sunlight is known as photosynthesis. I hope you got it. That is why it is named as photosynthesis. Hence, the sun serves as a primary source of all living organism. So during photosynthesis, what happen? So here, the water and carbon dioxide are used in the presence of sunlight. Got it? So later to produce carbohydrate as well as oxygen, sugar and oxygen which is produced. So processes provide food for all living beings, right? So you know that oxygen is very important, one of the main component of life on earth. It is released by plants during photosynthesis. We need oxygen, am I right? I hope you understand about the process of photosynthesis. uh, Now let us try to understand about chlorophyll. Okay, so I already told you these are the green pigments. You can see in this picture, these are present in the leaves. If you observe cross section of a leaf, if you take a cross section of leaf under a microscope, we can see it contain a green dot like structure. You can see here. Can you see here? So these are called chloroplast, which mainly contain chlorophyll. Got it? So these are chloroplast. So this is the picture of chlorophyll as well as the chloroplast, and it is very essential for plants to obtain the nutrition. So now let us move on to the next slide. Now let us try to understand about stomata. So see here, you can see this picture. So these are tiny openings. Got it? You can see the small openings here. So these are present in the epidermis of the leaves. So we can see stomata under light microscope. In some of the plants, stomata are present in stems and other parts of the plant. Stomata play a very important role in a gaseous exchange as well as photosynthesis. That is the major function of stomata. So this is very important to understand about stomata. So what is the function of stomata then? You can see this is a real picture and this is a microscopic wave. So here I showed you two picture. One is open stomata as well as closed stomata. So that is what I said you. Gaseous exchange. Stomata opens and closes up, help in gaseous exchange between the plant and the surrounding, and is also helpful for transpiration, removal of excess water in the form of water vapor. Usually stomata, it closes at night and prevent water from escaping through the pores. Got it? It maintain the moisture balance according to the weather by opening as well as closing. Stomata facilitate carbon dioxide uptake and release of oxygen during the process of photosynthesis. So this is the major function of stomata. Try to understand about stomata. I hope you got it. Let us move on to the next slide. There is an activity to understand about the chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So what we have to do for this, we have to take a potted plant which is having a leaves. For example, they gave taken here croton plant. So keep it in a dark room for 3 days so that all starch is used up. So what we have to do later, then keep it in a sunlight for 6 hours. Then what we have to do, we have to take a leaf from the plant and mark the green areas of the leaf on a sheet of a paper. Then dip the leaf in a boiling water to make it soft. So later what we have to do, then dip the leaf in alcohol and eat it in a water bath to decolorize it and remove the chlorophyll. So later we have to wash the leaf in water and dip in the dilute iodine solution. It will be seen that what happened here, the green part of the leaf turn blue black. This show that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Have a look at this picture, you will come to know. So the green part, it will turn to blue black. It indicates that the chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Let us move on to the next slide. Now let us try to understand about another activity. I told you already the carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. We need a proof for that. Let us move on to the another activity. We have to take a potted plant of a same size and we have to keep them in a dark room for 3 days. Got it? So that all the starch is used up here. So later what you have to do, then keep the plants on the separate glass plate. Keep a watch glass containing some potassium hydroxide near one plant to absorb carbon dioxide. We have to cover both the plant with a bell jar and seal the bottom of the jar with a Vaseline. So make it airtight. So keep the plants in a sunlight for 3 hours. Then what we have to do, take a leaf from each plant and test for starch. We have to take a leaf and we have to test for starch. The leaf of the plant that kept in a jar containing potassium hydroxide does not show the presence of starch. You can see here this is the leaf of a plant which contain where we kept potassium hydroxide. The leaf of the plant kept in the jar containing potassium hydroxide does not show the presence of jar. This show that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. These are the proof to understand how the plant it will prepare their own food by using chlorophyll, right? So this is very important to understand. The carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis, and also the chlorophyll it is helpful to prepare the food. I hope you got it. Let us move on to the next slide. In our today's class, we understand about the types of nutrition, right? So autotrophic, saprophytic, parasitic nutrition. We understand about what is photosynthesis. I hope you got it. So these are the very important process in your syllabus, and try to concentrate on this and learn better. So the next class, what I will do? Next class, I'm going to teach you the nutrition in animals. Got it? So thank you everybody for your kind support. Please try to watch this video, understand this video. Please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.